Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Anjum Khan, and I'm the director of the Asian Business Chamber of Commerce. So today, the training will cover on how to create loyalty with Facebook ads. We have with us today Jasmine King and Michael Zhang from Facebook, and there will be a Q&A session throughout the training, and we will have 10-15 minutes at the end of the training also to ask any questions that you have. And so can I please ask that you use the Q&A chat box that is at the bottom of your screen. Next slide, please. So what will be covered today is how to increase customer loyalty in digital marketing and with the use of Facebook products and offers, and also how to create a strong brand presence and reach a broader audience by implementing best practices for feed, stories, Instagram TV, and reels, hashtags and lives. How to use statistics to see what works for your audience and Instagram direct to strengthen customer loyalty. Reach more people beyond your followers by creating ads directly from your Facebook page, and how to grow your audience on Instagram with Instagram promotions. Learn how you can promote your posts and stories and turn them into ads. And you'll hear about the useful or helpful tips to make your promotions more effective. So I'm going to hand over to Jasmine. Over to you, Jasmine.
Great. Thank you so much, Anjum. I'm going to just share my screen. Let me know when you can see it. Fab. So you should be able to see the faces of myself and Monica on screen. And thanks so much, Anjum. And good morning, everyone. It's great to see so many of you here with us today. And I'm tuning in live from my office at home. It's a bit of a frosty morning in Surrey. And on that note, it would be great to hear where you're all tuning in from. So feel free to use the chat to say hello, introduce yourselves. We want to keep this session as interactive as possible. So please feel free to type any comments or questions you have throughout the session in the chat. As Anjum said, we have some time at the end of the session dedicated for Q&A, but the lovely Monica, who you'll be able to see on screen, will be monitoring the chat as we go. So as Anjum kindly introduced, my name's Jasmine and I'm a community activator for Facebook's, or should I say Meta's, small business team. We're really excited to be here today with Asian Business Chamber of Commerce to bring you the second of our two-part Boost with Facebook training. This session is being recorded, as Anjum said, and it will be available on the ABCC YouTube channel for you to watch on demand. So don't worry if you don't quite catch something that I said throughout, and don't worry about taking step-by-step notes throughout the session. Just sit back, relax, and try to absorb all of the information, and then you can always revisit the session again at a later date. Now, before we begin, the theme of this training is all about creating winning ads on Facebook and Instagram and how that can really create customer loyalty for your business. So I thought we would see where you're all at with your advertising journey. So I'd like you to use the raise hand function on Zoom if you can see it, or actually just type into the chat box if you've ever used personalized ads on Facebook or Instagram before. So just type that into the chat. This could be in the form of a boosted post or in the form of ads manager. It would just be great to hear where we're all at with our advertising journey. And Monica, I'm going to hand over to you. Do we have some experts in the room today?
It seems we have, but just a couple. So most of you haven't started your journey with advertising. So probably you're really excited about what you're going to hear. And for those who have already started their journey, it might be a great session just to gain additional knowledge to your experience.
Amazing. Great. Well, it sounds like we're all going to be able to take something away from today's session. So as I said, today I'm excited to take you through how to create ads and promotions on your Facebook business page and Instagram business account. What we're going to do is we're going to use the first part of the session to focus on Facebook. Firstly, we're going to look at why it's valuable to actually advertise your business on Facebook, how to create an ad from your Facebook page. I'm going to take you through that step by step. And lastly, we're going to look at how to actually plan an advertising campaign. We'll then use the next part of the session to learn about how to create promotions on Instagram. So let's get started. Whether you're a business that's just getting started on social media, as we heard, or a business that's looking for new ways to grow, there's a range of advertising options to help you reach your business goals regardless of your advertising experience. You can create and run campaigns using simple self-service tools and track their performance with easy-to-read reports. More than 2 billion people use Facebook every month. So no matter what kind of audience you want to reach, you'll find them here. And when you advertise on Facebook, you have the opportunity to build relationships and reach beyond the page followers you already have and customers that you have already, to find new customers and people interested in your business or organization. Facebook ads play a crucial role in your overall digital marketing strategy, increasing awareness for your brand, attracting new leads, and sometimes even converting users into customers. Now, throughout the training, we've got examples from our Boost Leaders Network members, and I'll take you through how you can apply to be part of this exclusive group at the end of the session. But first, we're going to look at Chili Tuk Tuk, which was set up in 2015 by husband and wife team Deepak and Amisha. Deepak has had a lifelong passion for food, which started when he worked in Indian restaurants as a student. His business idea sparked when he discovered most curry houses were using westernized spices, and there was a need for authentic Indian food by using original spices and flavors. After developing recipes, the couple set up a small takeaway business, and in 2018, they won Best Takeaway in the UK at the British Curry Awards and Best Takeaway Award in Central London, plus a further 8 awards, which all helped to raise their profile. Their success meant that in June 2020, they actually opened another unit in central London and now operate with 12 employees. So the business is really growing. Before Chili Tuk Tuk, Deepak was a business consultant, while Amisha worked in travel and tourism. Their backgrounds have been invaluable in the strategic marketing of Chili Tuk Tuk. They started using Facebook and Instagram in late 2018 and have already built up a large and loyal customer base, as well as using Facebook groups to connect with local network groups, such as parent groups, neighborhood groups, and business groups. Organically, they post customer reviews or foodie photos 3 to 4 times a week on both channels. In 2019, they began advertising, mostly targeting adults over 21 who have an interest in curry and food. They initially used a social media agency, but have recently taken this in-house, with Amisha learning everything via Facebook Blueprint, which I'll mention at the end of the session and you can access yourselves. Every evening, she starts a new course. And whilst there's a lot to learn, as you'll find today, she's found them flexible, easy to understand, and informative on basic things such as lookalike audiences and learning periods, some of which we'll be covering today. In the last 18 months, they've put all of their efforts into Facebook and Instagram, with 100% of their marketing budget focused on Facebook ads. They decided to run weekly ads on Facebook first, with the same content automatically then getting posted on Instagram afterwards. So far, every time they run an ad for around £40, they generate £500 in orders. So you can really see the effects already of using Facebook tools. Deepak says that Facebook ads have been absolutely phenomenal and believes that they wouldn't have received the same recognition that they have right now without them. In the future, they want to use Facebook ads to learn even more about Instagram stories and then post about Reels to showcase the more personal side of the business. And in early 2021, so this year, they're launching a virtual food brand and plan to solely use Facebook ads to raise its awareness and generate its orders too. So as we've seen, you can create many different types of ads from your Facebook page. And we'll go into some of these in a bit more detail later. But maybe you're trying to build awareness for your products or services. Or maybe you're trying to get more people to attend an upcoming live or online event. Or maybe you're hoping to actually just increase sales for your business. Whatever your goal is, you can create ads that help you actually achieve it. And with this in mind, it's important to start by selecting the best goal and ad format to help you reach your unique business goals. There are several ways you can advertise on Facebook, and it was really great to hear with Monica that some of you are already actually using some of them at the moment. You may have already tried boosting a post or creating an ad from your Instagram account or Facebook page. But to start running more sophisticated ads across Facebook apps, you should use Ads Manager, which you can see on screen. Ads Manager is your serving point for serving ads across Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, or Audience Network. It's designed for advertisers of every experience level. So people on the phone that have never actually used ads before, but people that have actually got quite a lot of experience in it. It's an all-in-one tool for creating ads, managing where and when they'll run, and tracking how well those campaigns are actually performing. You can use Ads Manager to manage your ads and see an overview of your efforts across Facebook apps and services. That way, when you see which elements of your ads are performing best, perhaps it's an image or a video, you can adjust to maximize your budget and to achieve your goals. So I can hear you thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually access Ads Manager? Well, firstly, you can go directly to facebook.com/ads manager, bit of a tongue twister there. You can navigate from your home page on Facebook by clicking on ads under your name in the top left-hand corner, like you can see on screen. Or you can actually go to business.facebook.com and click more tools and then click Ads Manager. So once you've accessed Ads Manager and are ready to start advertising, what we're going to do now is jump straight in and go through how to actually create an ad from your Facebook page. So a quick reminder here that you'll actually need a Facebook business page in order to advertise on Facebook. So once you have your business page up and running, here are the 5 steps to create an ad from it. So firstly, as I just said earlier, you'll want to choose your goal or objective. So as you can see, there are a variety of goals to choose from. But think about what business goal you want to achieve through advertising. Answer the question, what is the most important outcome I want from this ad? For example, if you want to get more followers for your page and grow awareness of your products, select promote your page, as you can see on screen. If you want to get more attendees for your online event, select boost your event. Next, what you want to do is add your creative. Your ad has 3 key components: visuals, text, and a call to action. When creating your ad, you can choose from 6 versatile ad formats. They're designed to work on every device and connection speed. You can choose to show a single image or video in your ad, or use a roomier multi-image format. Just play around and see what works for you. When selecting visuals and text for your ad, it's helpful to present a clear message. Knowing that people move through content quickly on Facebook and Instagram, it's important to ask yourself, what's the most important message I need to deliver in this post? If your goal is to increase brand awareness, you need to ensure your message delivers that clearly, quickly, and with impact. Remember, you only have a few seconds to really make an impression when a potential customer, like me, just scrolls through your ad. So you really need to make an impact to make it count. Step 3 is to define your audience using what we know about the people you want to reach, such as age, location, and other details. Choose the demographics, interests, and behaviors that best represent your audience. Think about who your customers are and what would motivate them to purchase your product. Keep your target customer in mind as you select your audience. Ask yourself questions such as, how old are they? Where do they live? Are they male or female? You then need to set your budget and duration. And this is a question we always get, and I'm expecting this one to come in, Monica. You need to enter your daily or lifetime budget and the time period during which you want your ads to run. These limits mean that you'll actually never spend more than you're comfortable with, so they're great parameters to set. Decide how much you want to spend on your ad per day and how many days you actually want it to run. We recommend you start with a small budget and then simply adjust from there. But the question we always get is how much, And it's really one of those how long is a piece of string? Just see what works for your business. Finally, you need to decide where you want your ad to appear, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Audience Network, or across them all. In this step, you can also choose to run ads on specific mobile devices. And once you've completed these steps and have submitted your ad, it then goes to our ad auction, which helps get it to the right people. And that's it. If you follow these 5 steps, you can start creating your own ads on Facebook. Hopefully not that difficult for those new listeners that haven't used ads before. Now, I'm aware we've covered a lot here, and as I said, this will be recorded, so not to worry, but I'll take you through these steps in a bit more detail now. Firstly, as you get ready to advertise on Facebook, it's important to make a plan. Now, this may seem obvious, and you probably have a pretty good idea of what you'd like to achieve for your business. But actually taking the time to write down your goals and objectives will help you later when you start actually building your ads. Knowing what you want to accomplish by using Instagram and Facebook for business is the first stage in creating an effective ad strategy. Understanding your goals keeps you on track and allows you to focus all of your efforts on achieving real business objectives. So I want you to take a few moments here to actually jot down your goals this morning. You've got some time, do it. And if you feel confident enough, feel free to share them in the chat function of the group. When thinking about your goal, I want you to ask yourself, what do I hope to accomplish with advertising? What does your business actually hope to achieve? There are 3 objective categories in Ads Manager. Awareness objectives help people learn more about your products and services. Consideration objectives get people to consider and seek information about your products or services. And finally, conversion objectives encourage people to purchase or use your products and services. But it's important to remember that as a business grows, your campaign goals are likely to change. At first, your campaigns might focus on building awareness and acquiring new customers, whereas later down the line, you might want to encourage people to make a purchase or actually sign up for an event. So to put this into context, here are some examples of what different marketing messages may look like. So this might give you a bit of inspiration for your ads. At the awareness stage of the customer journey, you should aim to reach as many people as possible in your target audience. Share imagery of your products and services that will prompt people to pause and learn more about them. You can also include general information about your business and include basic descriptions of your products and services. Then, once people are actually aware of your business, focus on the specific benefits of your products and services. What is your unique selling point? This is your opportunity to highlight how your products and services differ from competitors, since customers may actually be on Instagram comparing brands. Finally, in the conversion stage, strive to create messages that encourage purchases. For example, share promotions and special offers that prompt your customers to purchase your products and services. Because let's face it, it's just been Black Friday and we all know we all love a deal. So take a moment here to think about what advertising objectives align with your business goals. For example, if you want to increase awareness of your business, you can choose to promote your page. If you want your customers to contact you, you can choose to send more messages. Or if you want to get more newsletter subscribers, for example, you can choose to get more leads. Now, I'm just going to take a moment here. Monica, has anyone been bold enough to share some of their business goals with the group?
Actually, not really, but it seems just me and you're explaining everything in such detail and so clearly that so far there are no questions or any other comments.
Great, well, glad to hear it. But do feel free to post any comments or questions, as we said, throughout the session, and we're here to answer them for you. So once you've considered the goal of your ad, the next step is to think about the visual part of your ad by selecting an image, video, or story, and then actually adding text. This will be the center of your ad. So it's really important to take some time selecting eye-catching photos or must-watch videos that will best showcase and represent your business. Also remember to think about what text will best complement that image and lead customers to take an action that you want. The best ads drive real business results, but they also delight people. So start by considering your tone of voice, which can simply be a reflection of your business's personality. Is it funny, all business, or adventurous? The more authentic you are, the more effective your ads are likely to be. Perhaps you could think about a theme or concept that will tie your ads together to make you stand out. The theme can be a concept, an idea, or even a visual theme, so different colors and a logo to create consistency amongst all of your ads. As I mentioned, you can create image, video, and stories ads. And we've got a nice example here from King's Barbers Club that we'll be playing throughout, so you can get a bit of an inspiration of what they do with their ads. So firstly, when selecting images for your ad, it can be helpful to present a clear message. And as I said, people are really scrolling through Instagram really quickly and Facebook quickly. So you need to remember what the most important message is and what you want to deliver in that post. Remember, you only have that few seconds to make an impression. So you really want to make an impact in your images and photos. As you can see, King's Barber Club does this by using eye-catching graphics, text, and filters to draw the attention of customers and to really get the message across. I mean, a haircut for $9.95, I think a lot of people would scroll through that and stop because, let's face it, that's a pretty good deal. So next, moving on to video. Facebook offers your business different video ad types, placements, and platforms to reach your audience with content that matches the way they spend their time online. But when building a video to be featured in your ad, design for sound off. Your video should capture the attention and deliver the message within the first few seconds without sound. But if a customer chooses to opt into sound, it should really add value. Sight and motion are the foundation of your Facebook and Instagram feed. So try to tell your story visually in your photos. King's Barber Club uses text and graphics to make their message easier to understand in a sound off environment. But in the event that people are watching a video with sound, make sure that a sound file's added so that you can delight them with audio. Lastly, when putting together creative for ad stories, which is the last video we saw on screen, experiment with different framing. Remember, the majority of your customers will be viewing your ad on their mobile phone. The mobile screen gives you the opportunity to own the real estate on your customer's newsfeed and hook them within the first few seconds. Your story doesn't need to be limited to the newsfeed frame though. You can experiment by using different formats, such as cropping video to square, using a 3D framing effect, presenting vertical video, or experimenting with stacked vertical video. And these are all options that you can actually get within the app. Just play around on the app and see what works for you and your business. So we've just discussed setting a goal and choosing your creative for your ad. Now I want you to think about who your target audience is. Who is your ideal customer? Defining your target market is one of the most important parts of your marketing strategy. Of course, we'd all love it if everyone became our customer, but that's just not very realistic. And when you plan advertising, it's best to show your ads to people that are likely to take action as a result of seeing them. It won't be very effective from a cost or performance perspective to show your ads to everyone on Facebook and Instagram without thinking about who you want to take action. Think about who you want to reach and who your ideal customer is. Try to identify what they have in common and use that information to create an audience of other people like them. We recommend you start with a narrow audience, so a small audience, and then test and iterate from there to really refine it and choose your best target audience. Having a good understanding of your target audience, as we said, will really help you when you create your ads on Facebook and Instagram. It will help you create the right message and to deliver that message to the right people across the platforms. So consider having different versions of your creative for different audiences to ensure that you're speaking to what motivates each group. So to help you define your target audience, I want you again to take a moment here and ask yourself the following 3 questions. What needs do my typical customers have? What are some characteristics of my typical customer? And what motivates my typical customers? So again, take a moment here to think about who your target audience is. And we'll come back. If you feel bold enough, feel free to share it with the group. We'd love to hear some ideas. But first, let's take a look at some sample audiences that businesses may create. So this may give you a bit of inspiration of your target audience for your business. For example, if you were the Little Lemon, which is a local restaurant chain that serves traditional Mediterranean recipes with a modern twist, you may have thought of your target audience as follows. People who have a need for a place to go for reasonably priced quality food and a large wine selection. They're professional women and men aged between 46 and 55 who live in or around Brighton, which is where the Little Lemon is based. And finally, they seek convenient options when it comes to dinner time and avoid the need to cook after a long day at work, but also they desire authentic produce and diverse wine options. Or imagine Lucky Shrub, a small plant nursery that sells indoor and outdoor plants, particularly popular when working from home. They can transform any space into an oasis that you can be proud of. And here's a target audience that they created. Their customers have a need for house plants that are easy to maintain, plants that don't need a lot of light but can spruce up a space. They're 20 to 35-year-old professionals living in an apartment in Manchester on their own. They're interested in sprucing up their apartment with some greenery without having a garden or backyard, but they want something that's easy to keep alive and doesn't need a lot of attention. So what I want you to do is think about the needs of your customers, their demographics, and their interests. You'll notice that these audience descriptions that I just went through are all really quite specific. When you start working on your advertising campaign, you'll find that having a very detailed understanding of your target audience is a real benefit. It will make it a lot easier for you to create your message, as well as selecting the audience on Facebook who you'd like your ad to be shown to. Now, I'm just going to pause here. Monica, has anyone shared an insight into what their target audience might look like?
Not audience specifically, but there's a question, which works better, videos or photos? Jasmine, do you have any ideas?
Well, what we say is try a range of different formats on your Facebook ads. We find that 15-second videos are probably the most engaging to really attract your audience's attention within the first few seconds. So we definitely recommend trying that out. But we also find a huge amount of success in images as well as carousel ads, which you can swipe through. So what I'd say to this question is really test it out and see what works best for your audience and for your business, and try out a variety of different formats to really find out what works best for you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think too. It's always worth double checking your statistics. So it might turn out that your audience is more into pictures, for example, but usually if it's about videos, you can engage your audience and even display your offering, your products in more detail. So definitely try both.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you so much. Fab. So once you've just considered your ad's goal, their creative and target audience, as we've just been through, you'll next be asked to set a budget and duration. And this really is, pardon the pun, but the $1 million question. So your budget affects how many people actually see your promotion, and the duration determines when your promotion ends. Based on the combination of budget and duration that you choose, you'll see a total spend count that determines the maximum amount you'll pay for the ad. Increasing your budget and duration helps you to find more people who are likely to take an action on your ad. But a good place to start is running your ad from 7 to 10 days. This time frame helps you to find more people who are likely to take an action on your ad. And as I mentioned previously, we recommend you really just start with a small budget and then simply build and adjust from there. Just see what works for you and your business. Lastly, considering all of these factors that we've just discussed, you can then select where you'd like to see your ads. Our easy-to-use brand controls let you set parameters on where and how your ads appear. Depending on the combination of ad objective you choose and where your target audience spend most of their time, your customers can see it on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, or Audience Network, as you can see on screen. Now, I'm gathering most of you would have heard of Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger, and people spend a lot of their time on these platforms, but they're also spending time on other apps. An audience network is a collection of ads and apps and mobile websites that have been improved by Facebook, where your ad can actually be displayed on to reach more people. In fact, in a Facebook ad campaign study, conversion rates were 8 times higher among people who saw ads across Facebook, Instagram, and Audience Network than people that only saw the ads on Facebook. Audience Network ads uses the same targeting, auction, delivery, and measurement system as Facebook ads that we've just been through. So by making a single campaign, you can reach people on all of their favorite apps and websites. So just take a look here at how Lucky Shrub, who we discussed earlier, chooses to place its ads on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and Audience Network to expand their reach across platforms. It's good to use all of these in combination to really extend the reach of your ad, but just test it out and show your ads on whatever device your audience happens to be using the most. So hopefully this part of the session has shown you that creating ads on Facebook actually isn't a hard process, especially if you've prepared by laying out your goal, defining your target audience and their needs, and understanding what motivates them. It's really a lot easier. Once you've created your ad with your audience in mind, you can release it to people that reflect your ideal target audience. When your ad's running, you can track performance and edit your campaign in Ads Manager. See if one version of your ad is actually working better than the other. So this comes back to our image versus video. You can see which one's actually working better here. Or if your ad's being delivered efficiently, and make tweaks and adjustments as needed. As you start advertising, just test and iterate on your campaigns to optimize them. Try different types of ads to determine what appeals most to your audience. Now, before I move on to the next part of today's session, which is about Instagram, I wanted to highlight these key takeaways. Firstly, advertise from your Facebook page to reach people beyond the followers you already have and build new customer relationships. Choose a goal, add a creative, define your audience, and select your budget, duration, and ad placement to create a successful ad. Now, before we move on to the next part of the session, I just wanted to check in with everyone in the room, see if we're all here, see if we're still all engaged. Will you be taking these steps in order to create an ad after the session? I would love to hear if you will also be trying this out at home in order to create an ad on Facebook. And Monica, let me know if people are going to be testing this out after today's session.
Yeah. Kelly says she's going to try in January, so quite soon. It seems Brilliant. New year, so new steps for your business. And also we've got a question. If it is possible to run several campaigns on the same business page. So Jasmine, what are your thoughts? I think that, yeah, it is possible. So that's why you should use Ads Manager. You've got different campaigns there. You can see all the results in one place. So definitely you can choose different audiences, you can choose different objectives, but especially when you start, it is always worth trying with the very first one campaign and then add on this.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're well aware that you could want to maybe run different campaigns for different sales or promotions, but also seasonal campaigns. So with Christmas coming up. So yeah, by going into Ads Manager, you can create several campaigns, target them to different audiences for different means. And that's what we found to be most successful. So looking forward to hearing how that goes for whoever is thinking of trying that. Definitely an experienced ads user.
Yeah, sounds really good. And there's a new comment from Liz that they haven't used Ads Manager yet, but it seems way easier than expected. So great news.
Brilliant. Oh, great to hear it. Well, fantastic. Glad you found the first part of this session useful so far. And hopefully we're going to continue that and move on to part 2 of today's session, where we're going to look in more detail about how to actually create Instagram promotions. So firstly, I'll go over what an Instagram promotion is and how they can help you reach your business goals. I'll show you how to actually create promotions from your existing posts and stories step by step. And to finish, I'll talk about tips you can use to make your ads more effective. So similarly to Facebook ads, an Instagram promotion is a great way to advertise your business. You don't have to be a marketing wizard to advertise on Instagram. Promoted posts are a simple way of helping a photo or video that you've already actually posted on Instagram to reach more people. With Instagram's community of 1 billion people, you can reach more potential customers who care about your business through advertising. Promoting a post helps you get discovered by people who don't already follow you and are likely to engage with your business based on their location, interests, and more. In fact, 60% of people on Instagram say they discover new products on the platform, and 50% of people on Instagram say they're more interested in a brand when they see ads for it on Instagram. Having moved to the UK from Pakistan with her husband, Nina Nahid found it very difficult to find traditional Pakistani dresses. This often resulted in the pair travelling over 200 miles to my side of the country, London, just to find this style of dress. So recognizing a clear gap in the market, they decided to start I Love Designer in 2013. Today, the business sells Pakistani designer clothing as well as its own unique brands, online and through its physical store in Bradford, UK. Thanks to the reach of Facebook ads and services, the pair have been able to sell their products all over the UK and even internationally in countries such as France, Germany, and the US. Facebook apps and services have played a major role in the growth of I Love Designer, with Saqib and Nina now attributing as much as 60% of their total revenue to Facebook and Instagram. However, the pair have also seen how effective these platforms can be in terms of building a community around their business and cultivating a relationship with their customers. To capitalize on this organic success, Nina also uses Facebook and Instagram advertising. She runs boosted posts on Facebook twice per day, while running 1 promoted post per day on Instagram, which we're about to go through now. This has been a very effective strategy for the business and even resulted in a 20% increase in sales in just 1 year. However, this tactic has also worked well in building the business's brand awareness and customer base. In fact, one recent campaign reached over 13,000 people, with almost 20% of those engaging with the ads. Due to COVID-19, I Love Designer was forced to close its physical store and operate fully online, and I'm sure some of the people in the room had to do just that. This in turn led to Saqib and Nina allocating more of their budget to Facebook and Instagram advertising. This proved a clever move, with the business generating even higher levels of revenue than pre-pandemic times as a result. As for the future, Saqib and Nina are keen to expand their business globally and even plan to segment their Facebook and Instagram posts by geographic location, ensuring relevant language and currencies are seen by potential customers in different countries. This promises to lead to an increased engagement and hopefully sales. So once you've set up your business Instagram business account and are good to go, I'm now going to actually just jump straight in and take you through the 5 steps in order to create an Instagram promotion. Again, don't worry, this will be being recorded so you can come back to it after the session. First, what you need to do is go to your profile and click and pick a post or story that you want to promote. So this works with both posts and stories. When you promote a post, this might be the first time someone's learning about your business. So make sure that you choose posts that speak to your business and make sense to someone viewing your business for the first time. Once you've selected the post, tap the promote button, which you can see on screen. Next, you'll be taken to a new window to customize your promotion. First, you'll be asked to select the destination of your ad. Here you can choose from your profile, your website, or direct messages. Your choice should depend on your marketing goal. For example, do you want more profile views or more traffic to your website? Select the destination that works best with your objective. Then tap Next in the top right-hand corner to choose the audience for your promotion. For promotions to be successful, they need to reach the right people, as we've just been through. Select Automatic to enable Instagram to target your ad to people similar to your followers. We really recommend this if you're starting out on ads, or you can actually create your own audience to manually enter your targeting options. Next, tap Next to choose the budget and duration of your ad. We recommend that you run your ad again for at least 7 to 10 days and spend a budget that you feel comfortable with. You can always adjust your budget and duration based on your business needs further down the line. Finally, tap Next to review the details of your promotion. You'll also be able to select your payment method on this page, as you can see here. Once you're ready to submit your ad for review, you need to just simply tap Create Promotion. And that's it. After you've promoted your post or story, you can actually track how many people are seeing and interacting with it by tapping View Insights, which you can see on screen. You can use Instagram Insights to learn more about your account's followers and performance. You can also view insights on your audience's engagement with specific posts, stories, and IGT videos. We recommend you approach your Instagram ads as an ongoing test. After you promote your posts, look at your insights to see how they perform. And then, based on what you learn, create another ad and optimize. To make the most out of your advertising, here are some tips to help you with each step of the promotion process. Remember that your Instagram business account acts as your very own digital storefront. So it's important to establish your presence organically on Instagram to help people learn about what your business is all about. Building a strong brand on Instagram isn't only important for your business, but it's essential for attracting the right audience. And since you only have a few seconds to make a great first impression when a new visitor lands on your page, it's important you make it count. Authenticity is at the core of the Instagram community, so it's important for your profile to reflect your business's personality. Make sure you include your business information on your profile. Choose a profile picture that represents your business and add your contact details such as your website, email, and phone number so that potential customers know how to contact you. In order to raise awareness of your business offering, it's important to post regularly. That way, when people click on your profile from your ad, you can establish credibility with recent photos and videos about your business, and potential customers can learn more about your business directly from your feed. When you choose a post or story for your promotion, it should appeal to your audience and the goals you're trying to achieve. In general, select simple photos or videos that look like feed posts, as this can help grab your audience's attention. Once you've set up your profile and are ready to create your promotion, ask yourself, what am I hoping to achieve through my ad? Set a goal and make the most out of your marketing efforts. And as you think about your goals, it helps to set SMART goals. And that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, if you want to increase awareness of your business, the goal of your ad might be to gain 20 followers within the next week. When you've figured out your goal, it's important to determine who your audience is. Define your audience to ensure that the people who are most likely to take action and become customers see your ad. On Instagram, you can choose to show your ad to people who are similar to your existing followers, which is called an automatic audience. Or if you have a specific audience in mind, you can create your own. If you decide to create your own audience, you can select the locations, genders, ages, and interests that you're looking for. For example, if you own a children's clothing store, you might target your ad to adults within a 5-mile radius who are interested in parenting, children's clothing, shopping, and more. You can also look at insights to learn more about what your current followers are like their locations, ages, and genders. You can then use this information to figure out what you want, who and what you want to reach when you create your own audience. Next, you'll need to determine how much you want to spend on your ad. For each ad, you'll be asked to set a budget and a duration. Your budget affects how many people see your promotion, and the duration, as we've been through, determines when your promotion ends. And based on the combination of budget and duration that you choose, you'll see a total spend count that determines the maximum amount you'll pay for the ad. Increasing the budget and duration helps you find more people who are likely to take action on your ad. But we recommend you start small and just see what works for you. After you've followed these steps and tips and created your first promotion, test out new promotions and different approaches and adjust based on your ad results. Every business is different and there's no single way to best advertise your offering. So everyone in the room will have a different strategy here. For instance, you could experiment by promoting different kinds of videos and photos, as we talked about with that question, and use insights to see how they perform, to help craft content that appeals to your audience. As mentioned earlier, you can also try out different destinations for your ad. And by this, I mean you can choose the destination for your ad to be your profile, your website, or direct messages. In the Insights tool, we recommend you check interactions to see how many people tapped on your call to action button. Do people tend to tap one button over another? See which one works better and then use that in your next post. Compare your results to see which destination works best to achieve your business goals, and use this information to optimize your campaign going forward. Lastly, many people visit Instagram for inspiration. I mean, I know I certainly do. So you can use this platform to experiment with different audiences. Show your ads to different people to learn who is most likely to become a customer. For example, if your business has a physical location, create an audience within a specific radius of that location. You can also target ads to people who have interests related to your business. Include a broad range of interests to cover different audiences, such as those related to your business, your customers' hobbies, and businesses similar to yours. Approach the creative, destination, target audience, budget, and duration of your promotion as test variables. Review your promotion insights to help you understand how it's performing. Then try something different in your next one to see how this affects your results. With all of these tips in mind, it's time to round off part 2 of today's session. But before you go, remember you can use Instagram promotions for free or try out paid options to grow your business. Use paid promotions to reach people beyond the followers you already have and build new customer relationships. Optimize your efforts by establishing a goal, determining who your audience is, and testing different strategies and variables. Now that brings us to the end of this Boost with Facebook training, where we've discussed how you can actually create winning adverts on Instagram. To close, I just wanted to share some resources that we think would be really interesting and helpful to you. Firstly, if you have any questions regarding the content that I've discussed or want to build your digital marketing even further, I'd encourage you to visit facebook.com/blueprint. Blueprint offers a wide variety of online trainings, resources, and certifications on Facebook topics and platforms, and it's free for you to use. And this is what Chili Tuk Tuk was using, as I mentioned earlier on in the lesson, so really might be helpful for your business. Next, I also wanted to encourage you to join our exclusive Facebook Boost Leaders Network, which is where all of the examples have been from today, by following the link on screen for an opportunity to share your experiences, gain knowledge, and build and really expand your network with other small businesses like yourselves. And finally, we've also created a Facebook group for small business owners to connect with other entrepreneurs and share tips, tools, and resources that will help take your business to the next level. So join the group today to expand your network and grow your business by searching Boost with Facebook UK. Now, all of these resources will be sent to you in a resource pack. Thank you so much for joining our Boost with Facebook training in partner with the Asian British Chamber of Commerce. We are now really happy to take any questions you may have. So thanks so much.
All right, thank you, Jasmine, for a great presentation. I'm sure that the audience really enjoyed that. There are not so many questions, but probably it's because it might be a new topic for some of us. But let me read a comment from Kara, which is really interesting. Kara says they work for a non-profit organization and they want to build brand awareness starting in January. So maybe we can come up with some tips for those advertising. From my side, make sure that you communicate your value proposition as clearly as possible. So when any user can see your ad and they are directed to your Facebook page or Instagram business account, they want to stay longer with you.
Sorry, I was going to just say thank you to both of you. I've learned so much today, and I think that I was one who was typing away some questions. Just looking at the response coming from the other attendees, they're saying thank you for a great session. It was brilliant. They're looking forward to trying it out in January. And good to know about the blueprint as well, which we will send to all attendees of today as well. And the beauty is that this session and the first session has been recorded, and you will have access to it as well to take your time and understanding. And I know I certainly will be. For me it was really interesting. We do a lot on Facebook, but not much on Instagram. I do personally, but not from a business point of view. But even then, it gives us an idea of how much is available, and sometimes spending that time. I do have a question, Yasmin. I was going to ask you was how often do you think that we should be posting on our Facebook and Instagram business pages, whether it's an ad, and I understand it depends on the budget, but just as posts, how often should we keep our audiences updated? Would you?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, one we get quite often. And as you said, this can be both organically, so just posting every day to your story, to your feed, on both Facebook and on Instagram. But then obviously you can then use the paid tools that we've been discussing today to really expand the reach of your ad. So what we'd recommend is, we don't exactly say, right, there's a one size fits all solution. Is basically just see how much your audience is engaging with your posts. And what we'd recommend is perhaps posting every day, but in different forms. So it doesn't have to be a post every single time to your feed. We're aware we're all business owners, or we all have very busy lives, and we can't quite fit it all in as such. But even if it's just kind of a story, kind of showing a bit of the behind the scenes of the day-to-day of your business, it doesn't have to be something that's really solidified in a feed post. It can be something that really just gets across your brand personality. So what we'd say is, as much as you physically can post, will really help to increase engagement. And you can use other tools such as hashtags and tags in your post to really expand the reach. And then actually just come back to those insights that we've been discussing and see whether your audience is interacting daily, or whether they'd like to see more from you. You could even ask a question to your audience on your stories. What do you want to see more of? Do you want to see more of behind the scenes? Do you want to get to know the founders, etc.? And really kind of split up your content by that. So yeah, there's not exactly a one size fits all answer. It's just as much as you physically can do, and what your audience is engaging with as well.
Perfect, thank you. So yeah, there's not actually been any other questions coming through other than thank you and how easy it was to kind of understand. So that's great feedback. So I'd like to thank yourself, Jasmine, and Monica for giving your time and joining in to answer everyone's questions and sharing your insight. That's been absolutely fantastic. And to the audience, hopefully we look forward to welcome you at our next physical or webinars soon. So have a great afternoon and the rest of the week as well, and stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.